This water Mika, you take the wild into your home. Can a man of dust handle a woman of the stars and scales?
We are excited to show you our native speech capabilities. Episode 1. The Forbidden Waters of the Deep Grove. Emeka was a man who feared nothing, neither the leopard's claw nor the thunder's roar. But the deep grove was different. It was a place where the trees had heartbeats and the water flowed backward. One evening, chasing a golden antlered buck, Emeka broke through a wall of hanging vines and stopped dead. In the center of a steaming emerald pool sat Chinelo. She wasn't just beautiful, she was ethereal. Her hair cascaded like a waterfall of silk, and her skin shimmered with a faint iridescent dust. But as she moved to stand, Emeka saw the truth. From the waist down, she was a magnificent serpent of silver and malachite, her coils churning the water into foam. Fear gripped his heart, but as their eyes met, the fear died. He saw a loneliness in her that mirrored his own. He lowered his spear and knelt. Chinelo spoke, her voice a melody of hissing winds. If you take me from this water, Emeka, you take the wild into your home. Can a man of dust handle a woman of the stars and scales? He swore he could. He brought her a wrap of fine silk, and as she stepped onto land, her scales retreated into her skin, leaving only a trail of cold diamonds on the grass. This story for View's hook. We all pray for a miracle, but are we ready for the weight of one? Emeka didn't just fall in love with a woman, he fell in love with a mystery. But remember, when you invite the supernatural into your house, you can no longer live a natural life. Are you chasing love, or are you chasing a ghost you can't control? Drop a heart if you'd risk it all for a love like this.
Emeka, come, we must speak. What is it, Elder? The forest spirits stir.
Hello. We are excited. Welcome back. Like and subscribe. Follow for more. Episode 2. The Poison of 1,000 Tongues. Life in the village of Omu was bliss at first. Chinelo was a marvel. She could predict the rains and heal the sick with a touch of her cool hands. But the village was a hive of jealousy. The women whispered that she never ate meat, only drank the morning dew. The men noticed that Emeka's house was always cold, even when the Harmattan fires raged. The village herbalist, a man with eyes like burnt coal, pulled Emeka aside. That woman is not of the earth, Emeka. She is a Mami Water daughter. While you sleep, she siphoned your soul to feed her kin in the underworld. Look at the clay pot beneath your bed. If she truly loves you, why does she keep a piece of herself locked away from you? Doubt is a slow-acting venom. That night, the air in the hut felt thick. Emeka watched Chinelo sleep. She was so still she looked like a statue carved from moonlight. Driven by a feverish need to own her completely, he shattered the clay pot with his hunting knife. Inside lay the silver skin, pulsing with a rhythmic, bioluminescent light. It felt like cold fire. He didn't just look. He dragged the skin to the hearth, intending to burn the curse away and make her human forever. The story for View's hook. The loudest voices in your life are often the ones trying to ruin your silence. Emeka had a queen, but he listened to the peasants. He thought that by destroying her secret, he was saving her, but he was actually destroying the very thing that made her special. Why do we try to fix the people we claim to love? Tell me in the comment section. Is curiosity a sin or a right?
Is what Mika you take the wild into your home? Can a man of dust handle a woman of the stars and scales?
Welcome back. Episode 3, The Song of the Silver Serpent. The fire roared as the silver skin touched the flames, but it did not burn. Instead, it let out a piercing, supernatural shriek that shook the foundations of the village. Chinelo bolted upright, her eyes glowing with a terrifying, ancient light. The transition was instant and violent. Her bones cracked and lengthened, her skin split to reveal the shimmering scales beneath. She didn't look like a woman anymore. She was a towering goddess of the abyss. The roof of the hut tore away as she rose, her massive coils crushing the walls Emeka had built for her. She looked down at him, not with anger, but with a cold, devastating indifference. You feared what you could not understand, Emeka, she thundered, her voice vibrating in his very marrow. I gave you the magic of the deep, and you tried to turn it into ash. She struck the ground with her tail, and a crack opened in the earth, leading back to the deep grove. As she slithered away, the silver skin flew from the fire, untouched, and fused back to her body. Emeka reached for her, but his hands passed through her like mist. She was gone, and with her, the rains stopped and the lock of Omu vanished. Betrayal doesn't always come from hate. Sometimes it comes from a lack of faith. Emeka ended up with a burnt house and a heart full of what-ifs. He spent his life hunting for a woman who was now a goddess in a forest that no longer knew his name. The lesson? If you find a diamond in the mud, don't try to turn it into a brick. You might just lose the light forever. What one secret you wish you never found out?